Right, so today we're talking about the driver, and we're going to call it the kind of secret move because it has to be in everyone's golf swing, but it is hidden. You can't necessarily see it. But today I'm going to show you how you can feel it and how you can work it into your golf swing. Right, so let's talk about driver. We all want to hit the driver better, straighter, longer, more consistent. There's a couple of things that have to be in place. And I say we're going to cover one of those today, which is hidden. You can't see it, but we know it's there. And we're going to provide you with some drills that's going to enable you to feel that and add it into your golf swing. Just before we get started, down below there is a subscription button. We'd love to be part of the channel. It is free, and there's a little bell icon as well there that will allow you to just be notified when new videos do get released. So before we start and go through the drills, I want you to think about, I'm going to ask you a question, and there is a chance that you may never have thought about this before. But I want you to think about, in your driver swing, does the driver swing the body, or does the body swing the driver? Let me explain. A golf swing where the driver swings the body would be one where the focus is very much on the club head and moving it into the backswing. And what would happen is as that club moves away into the backswing, it would end up dragging the body around, so we end up with some sort of rotation. So the movement of the club head moved the body. The other one would be when from the setup, the golfer's focus is very much on what is the body doing. So as the body moves away, that body movement takes the golf club with it. Now, yes, there's some sort of wrist set, but it's very much a body controlled movement. My preference would be the second one, the body controlling the golf club. The reason for that is the first one, when the club head moves on its own, we often see the arms getting very narrow. We often see the elbows getting sort of, well, certainly the trail elbow getting stuck behind, and we don't really get the sink particularly well. The other thing that's happening there is we don't really engage the body early. So what we're going to do in this little video is we're going to get you to focus on that body movement early, getting the body to control the golf club. We're going to get you to work on your pivot, so how you rotate. But the key one here is getting the pressure shift. Is getting that pressure to move into the right side really early, and that is the secret move in the golf swing with the driver that everybody does, but it's really, really hard to see. You can see I've got a little setup here. I've got an alignment stick in the ground. I've just got this rubber tubing with kind of two handles. So the exercise here would be to take your golf posture with your hands down in front, and I want you to feel like you pull your trail hand, this one, away from that alignment stick, and the lead hand goes towards the alignment stick. So as I do that, you can see that from the face on is a rotation. That's a rotation. From this angle here, you can see that I've got angle through my knees, my hips, my shoulders. There's a turn there. So this is a great little exercise to get the sensation, the feeling, so that come down a little bit, of how that body should move away from the golf ball. It would not make sense here to make this movement to start, where the arms start to go around the body. So this is a great little exercise to really get a feeling and understanding about how the body moves from setup condition through into backswing. Notice how my whole trail side, my knee, my hip, my shoulder, move away from that alignment stick. I love that drill. However, it doesn't always encourage a great weight shift, because if we're standing here, it's easy to do that without shifting any weight. And like we said, the weight shift is really important. This is where it becomes a little tricky, because if we get a golfer who is aware of that rotation, but if they know that they should weight shift, what we often see is that the body shifts this way, and then because the body is shifting this way to move the weight, their arms start to move the club away. And then we start to get into that issue that we had at the start. So we start to see the golfer shift the weight, and then the arms swing the club. It's not really the best way to do it. So we're going to use one of the longest hitters in the world, Kyle Berkshire. If ever you've seen him hit drives, you'll see that it has this little strange move at the start, where just before he moves the club away, he does this with his feet. And then when he plants that right foot down, he swings. That's what I want you to do with this little exercise that we're doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my address, and I'm going to be going left foot, right foot, left foot, and then when I plant my right foot down, that's when I want to initiate my rotation. So we're going to set up here, and we're going to do this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, and what we're starting to blend there is a really good pivot, a really good rotation with a weight shift. So we go here, 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 here. And what you'll start to feel is that very early in this motion, we've got pressure going through the trail side, and we've got that with coil. And that is very often a really hard combination to get. Sometimes it's quite easy to get rotation, but there's no weight shift. And other times it's easy to get weight shift, but without the rotation. That little exercise is great because it does those two things that have to be present in the golf swing. We have to get the body engaged early so it keeps the width, and we have to get the weight shifting into that trail side. Now, when I do that little exercise, you might see that there's a little bit of lateral movement. And absolutely, that's fine with the driver. I don't mind there being a little bit of lateral movement off the ball with the driver. In fact, if you're trying to, add a bit of speed, it's often a really good thing to do. So when we have the driver in behind the ball, we want the same thing. We want to feel like right from the get-go, that whole right side is rotating. That keeps the width, it keeps the arm structure, and it means that the body is controlling the club, which I like. And then if we can start to blend that with some weight shift early, we start to get off to a great start. So many golfers who driver within the first 3 to 4 feet have already made it a lot more difficult for themselves. They've not rotated well, or they've not shifted weight, or the arms have started to get narrow. So club's only moving a short distance, and suddenly good drives become more difficult. So let's go ahead and hit a drive. I am aiming over that tree. I know it might look a bit strange, but that is the kind of line we drive off this hole here. So let's go ahead and see. And I'm actually going to do that little exercise where we sort of go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to start with my backswing. So let's see if we can hit one over that corner and get it into a pretty good position. Okay, and I think it's a pretty good line. Until I get down there, I'm not going to know, but I think that's pretty good. So try that exercise. Something you can do at home, something you can do maybe in your back garden, something you can do at the range. There's a really key combination of movements that have to happen with the driver. We have to get the body initiating that swing. It's really important to keep the arm structure. We have to get the weight shifting into that trail side really early. Again, that's really important. Definitely difficult to do them both together, but that little exercise should allow you to do that. Understand the pivot, understand the weight shift, put them back in to your golf swing, and you can hit better drives, more consistent drives, and I'd probably guess that they're going to be a little bit longer as well. So thanks for watching. Hopefully there is some practical things in this video, some value to you. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. That really does help me, and I'd love to see you back here again for a future video. Thanks for watching.